ISUPK.
And for all y'all Black Lives Matter who ain't saying nothing, well, let me figure out exactly what happened before I say anything. Fuck you.
And we begin with the horrific knife attack in Will County, leaving a 6-year-old dead.
Police are now calling it a hate crime, and it's being condemned by the White House. Fox 32's Nate Rogers is live in Plainfield tonight. Nate?
Yeah, that's right, Dane and Nellie. Truly a tough story to report on tonight. Relatives tell us that the mother and son have only lived in this home for about 2 years or so. No issues at all with the landlord whatsoever, they tell us, the landlord being the suspect in this case. We're told by relatives and neighbors that the landlord would even buy the kid toys from time to time. A warning to our viewers, the details ahead are indeed disturbing.
He knocked on the door and that he attempted to choke her and said, "You Muslims must die."
71-year-old Joseph Shuba now facing first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and 2 counts of hate crime charges.
She texted this information to the father.
Police say Shuba stabbed a 32-year-old Palestinian mother more than a dozen times. She ran into a bathroom to call for help, came out and found her 6-year-old son, Wadea Alfayume, wounded beyond belief.
This young boy was stabbed 26 times. The 12-inch knife was still in his body when he was taken for an autopsy.
The Hamas kidnapping children, putting them in cages, killing women, killing the elderly. That's some coward shit. That's cowardly. And for all y'all Black Lives Matter who ain't saying nothing, well, let me figure out exactly what happened before I say anything. Fuck you.
This attack happened at this home along Lincoln Highway in unincorporated Plainfield Saturday morning. Neighbors describe Cuba as patriotic, but also...
Black power!
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip.
A junk collector. They let us borrow this ladder so we can see overhead into the yard so we wouldn't trespass into the property. You see what appears to be several marijuana plants. They say he was an avid weed smoker. Also, the tree house that police say the suspect built for the victim. No warning signs. You've never had any bad interactions with your neighbor?
No, with John, no.
Shuba's neighbor didn't want her face shown, but described him as friendly, one who'd help out with projects around the house. The neighbor unfortunately witnessed police carrying the bloodied 6-year-old outside.
And then you go and hide and put the kids in front of you as a barricade. That's some coward shit.
It's hard to watch this because the police tried to rescue the boy. They rushed so much.
At a press conference today, Muslim leaders stood with the grieving father. Wadea's birthday had just passed. He loved soccer and basketball. The father saying in Arabic, gratitude to God in any situation.
This was directly connected to the dehumanizing of Palestinians that has been allowed over the last week.
It ain't never been cool to kidnap kids and put them in cages. It ain't never been cool to kill women and elderly. Never been. No matter where you from, what you represent, what tribe you for, don't matter. There ain't never been no cool. There ain't never been none that nobody supported.
I have the right to discriminate.
I ain't seen shit. You can call me Toby, Obama, Cleveland.
That's right, nigga. That is right.
The Muslim leaders tonight calling for a ceasefire, also fairness and balance. We're told the mother remains in serious condition in the hospital. Also, there is a prayer service and burial scheduled for the 6-year-old taking place on tomorrow.
I see finding Waldo is easy to find than finding Stoudemire when it comes to white crimes, right? They said they having a prayer vigil or ceasefire. You know, the Muslims having ceasefire. Well, where you at, Stoudemire? Wasn't you just saying that it doesn't matter which race, what type of kids you stand up for them? I don't hear you. Anybody seeing Stoudemire? Where he at? Is it still F Black Lives Matter? Well, this KKK member just unalived this 6-year-old child and almost stabbed this woman to death who you've been advocating for, women and children, right? And the elderly, right? Where you at, Stoudemire? Where you at, boy? Huh? You got a Scooby snack? Where you at? I forgot. That's your slave master. So you can't speak on your slave master. But you want to blame black people for what's happening over there. Do you still want to blame black people for this? Huh? That little boy just got unalived, 6-year-old, stabbed over 20 times. The mother stabbed over 20 times. I don't hear your voice, Stoudemire.
And have I told you, you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth. You understand me? Shoot, making white people ride. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
You hearing that noise, you hearing that pound, you hearing that voice. That's what is that sound? That's boots on the ground and we on the move. That's your honor taking your town. If you are at home, please do not try this. We are not hoes, we are not modest. It can get violent if you ain't bought it. I will advise you, stick to your size. There's plenty of shoes fit for you. Please stay in your lane and that'll be cool. You the type to scream up if you buck in the club. We rockin' stilettos, hold with red palms. We are not the same, you and me. We are not the same, you and me. I do not get high, I do not wife hoes. We are not the same, you and me. I come from the hood, surviving them booms. Everybody on drugs and dodging them goons. And don't give a fuck, they taking your jewels. If you got the guns, they making the rules. You niggas say you crime bosses and mob ties, and that sound good on the outside. I know warlords are just righteous enough not to kill and race your whole bloodline. I'm in the bodega, everything fuego except NYPD. I'm not from New York, but I put on my Timbs and stomp your ass out and turn you to a chopped cheese. Everywhere I go, I got my shield on. Everywhere I go, I got my zeal on. Everywhere I go, I got my kill on. That model 52 nil on. That gun is loaded, them my woad is Henny poet. You already know it. We the coldest beef, we smoke.